Hey guys, what do you do when you got so much information because E3 literally ended a week ago and there's still a lot of information coming out? Start a new web series. I'm Josh, welcome back to Epoch VR, and this is our new segment, This Week in VR. Let's get into it. This year's Electronics and Entertainment Expo, otherwise known as E3 to those not living in the Matrix, has officially come and gone. I know it's sad, we all have to go back to our daily lives. However, while Oculus and HTC did not actually have physical booths this year, they did leave some pretty interesting information on the table for all of us to digest, mostly through their partner companies, but you know what? We'll take it at this point. Oculus Rift, who has recently been seen all over social media slashing prices in an effort to get those headsets into more people's hands, has decided that they're pretty much going to focus on game development this year, and they're going to be releasing one new feature title every single month this year through Oculus Studios. Their major competitor, HTC Vive, on the other hand, who also wasn't seen in a dedicated booth at E3, is going to go ahead and actually take the year off. They're actually working on not only their own ecosphere, but they're also working with partner relations. And let's be frank, this is actually pretty noticeable, as right now they are still ranked the favorite among VR developers. HTC Vive. Wands. But hey, you know what? It's a good headset, and if that's what it's working for for the developers, more power to it. Big news for Sony. They have officially sold over 1 million PlayStation VR headsets. But what about the games? What about them? Sony usually tends to fall victim to a lot of overhyping right before a press conference. However, this year they did not fail to disappoint at E3. Now, while the company has admittedly been holding back on promoting the system due to supply, they did announce at E3 that they are ready to promote the headset. And to build the hype even further, they debuted Bethesda's brand new Skyrim VR, which is coming to the PSVR in November. Not content to stop there, Bethesda also tripled down, announcing two of my favorites, Doom VFR and Fallout 4 for the HTC Vive. Again, with the Vive. Where the heck is Oculus? Like, seriously, guys? Where are we? Do we get any love at all? All kidding aside, don't be surprised if we don't end up seeing both titles released on PlayStation VR and the HTC Vive in the future, while all the rest of us Oculus users get to wait. We get to wait because Oculus has got a lawsuit going on with ZeniMax, who happens to own Bethesda. Seriously, guys, I need my bloody Fallout. Now, speaking of console VR, Microsoft has a pretty big year planned. Announced at E3, the long-rumored Project Scorpio is now being released under the name the Xbox One X. However, while the system itself will support VR eventually, don't expect any form of VR compatibility with the console when it comes out later this year. You know, Microsoft is really taking their time focusing on the launch of their first PC-tethered mixed reality headsets, but they have teased at a wireless headset for the One X sometime in 2018. Now, this may give those who are considering a PSVR this holiday season some pause for thought with the potential for wireless Scorpio compatibility somewhere in 2018. So if they do release this, I gotta be honest, guys, it's gonna make me happy. As an Xbox kid, this is going to be wild if we can get a VR headset with the mixed reality and wireless. I love it. I'm excited. Now, if you're not really a Windows kid and you've been waiting patiently to get into VR, but you really don't have a system that's readily available to you yet, guess what, kids? There's exciting news for all of you hanging out in the iOrchard. Valve and Apple announced that they are releasing a brand new iMac Pro that's going to support virtual reality. And you know what? I'm actually excited by this. Now, mind you, I've got to read the specs for you. This new iMac Pro is going to feature 18-core Xeon processors and up to 22 teraflops of graphics processing courtesy of the AMD Radeon Pro Vega GPU. Now, on top of that, they're going to throw in 16 gigs of memory, a 4 terabyte solid-state drive, and 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, as well as a 27-inch Retina 5K display. Now, with that, you're pretty much ready for whatever developers are going to throw at you. Now, you might not want to unpack your campout tents just yet, as this VR command center is not going to be released until December, and it's going to retail for around $5,000. Now, according to Apple, the device is primarily aimed at VR content creators as opposed to general users. So if you're already working in Unity and you want a sleek new device that's going to do all your dirty developing deeds, be sure to stay tuned, as this proves to be a pretty amazing system. Thanks for following along with this week's episode, and hey, you know what? I want to know what you're excited about. I mean, is it PSVR having a bigger library? Is it HTC and Oculus focusing a little bit more on their dev? Or is it Apple and Microsoft finally stepping into the ring, the two big heavyweights about to throw down? I know I'm pretty excited. The year's shaping up to have a lot of good stuff come out, and you know what? Jump in the conversation with me. I want to hear what you guys are excited about. So be sure to leave your comment below, and if you guys like what you're seeing and you want to get more information, go ahead and subscribe to EpochVR, and I can guarantee you we got some more stuff coming out soon. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the Rift. Take care. Hey guys, Josh here with EpochVR, and I just wanted to say thank you for stopping by and watching the first episode of This Week in VR. You know, it's a lot of work to compile all that news and try to squish it in between 5 and 10 minutes. But you know what else takes a lot of work? Comics. That's right, comics, cons, gaming, pop culture, every reference you get, it takes a lot of work to put out a lot of content. But if you like a lot of content, then I want you guys to stop over here and check out my friends Sean and Janice, the Pop Culture Cult. Bringing you fresh content every single week from two people who genuinely dig comics and pop culture. That's right, they're not going to give you any bias, no craziness, all personal opinions, and a lot of fun. So go stop by, check them out. If you still like VR, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys in the Rift. Take care.